hurry up and get it. Sorry, I didn't know how much video I had. Hurry up and get it over with. But that's not the case in God's world, in God's system, in God's order, how God does things. You know what I'm saying? It's not hurry up and get it over with. It's like what Paul says, love is patient and love is kind. It's a patient pattern process that everybody has. Those that want to have a relationship with God must understand about his patient pattern process to whatever situations we go through in life. Whatever does mean whatever. And I was talking to them. We had a gathering circle together at the youth and Resonant, and we talk about the message or something, of the ideal of the message first, and then we prepare our minds to hear him speak the message. And I was telling them to say, look, here's the thing about, you got to see about life. And if you got to get this soul, this got to be staying in your brain, never be to remove. And the thing you better understand about life, that you got to look at it in it's this way, that anything goes. Anything goes. To whatsoever, to whosoever, to anything. Anything goes concerning life. Death, life, good, bad, pretty, ugly, ups and downs. Anything goes to whoever, it happens to. Bad things happen to people, good things happen to people. It can be up and down, like anything goes. Something bad can happen to millions of people. Something good can happen to millions of people. Something bad can happen to few people. Good can happen to few people. It's just anything goes, that my life can be taken tomorrow. I can live tomorrow. It's anything. Life is about anything goes. That I wanted them to see, that when you start seeing life, that anything goes, it's supposed to help you learn to trust in God. Because when you learn that anything goes in life and you not sure to what will happen, or sure about your future, sure about what couldn't happen, you will want to learn to trust in God more and more to make sure that you're in a right place, in the right stance when you start seeing that anything goes in life. Because here's the thing, a person about kingdom, people who operate in darkness, they don't understand that anything goes. They know anything goes in life, but they don't understand. Because you hear, people sitting there says, why that happened? Why this bad thing happen? Why these kids got killed over here? Why is bad things happening? Why they always say, why? See, that's the shows that they don't understand in life, that anything goes. You know what I'm saying? But in our position, that we must understand as Christians, that we know that anything goes, that we should trust in the Lord, that we must position ourselves to ultimately trust in God by learning his word of God, applying his word of God with the agenda. With an agenda. That's what, when you learn the ultimate sacrifice, as what Jesus did, the ultimate sacrifice, but the ultimate obedience, when we understand the whole game field, like, playing football. Defensive lineman knows he can't jump off sides. You know what I'm saying? He will do whatever things to prevent the jump off sides. If you do it, it's a penalty. Or, a quarterback has to, throw the ball to a receiver. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't throw the ball to a receiver and you just throw it out of bounds and he was in a particular position, he will get called grounding. You must understand that the rules of life, the laws of life, that when you understand that from its capacity to what it is, it's supposed to help you lean. You see how much you're supposed to lean upon trusting the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. You will understand what King Solomon is saying in Proverbs 3, 5, 7, I think, 5, 8. But you will understand that idea. And that's how you learn to ultimately not just trust God, but obey him. you will ultimately want to hear from him. You will harden not your hearts. You will put things in your hearts. You will listen to music. Listen to songs that will glorify God, that will get God in the higher spectrum, that you will want to hear his voice concerning of the instructions that he tell you to perform what needs to be performed, even if it's, of course, God's going to tell you to do something contrary to what men say or men do. You know what I'm saying? You will be leaning towards to do that with the understanding insurance of understanding that life, anything goes, but you want to do a performance that's going to help better you to learn how to become a better person. In Genesis 1:26, made in the image and the likeness of God, you know what I'm saying, is how you can do the ultimate obedience is understanding the whole playing field, and you will perform accordingly, knowing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I use example in football, a quarterback is going to, he's going to posture himself in his position to know to try to when he's passing the ball, he's going to try to move here, to try to see if he can execute. You're in this agenda of execution. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to position yourself to execute to whatever means you have to do to perform better at what you're doing. It's when you see that you got to do it. It's what people can execute the ultimate obedience unto God. Is what I'm trying to say about the ultimate obedience. That in that you learn how to win through Christ. Win through, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, and operate in victory. When we learn how to operate in victory over our situations and circumstances, or the weakness in our side of our lives, that we're trying to become stronger in our areas, in our everyday walk. If we struggle with anger, if we struggle with jealousy or bitterness or whatever, we will learn how to overcome that when we understand the playing field, more likely, of life and the laws of life, that we will need to have a closer relationship with God. Is what the ultimate obedience is, what we must learn in our mind as we renew our mind. Hopefully become living sacrifices, holy and acceptable and pleasing unto God. That we will renew our mind, that we will learn to operate in the ultimate obedience that Jesus operated. Because Jesus knew he had to execute everything. He knew he had to be portrayed. He knew he had to execute in God's timing. Understanding that trusting in his Father, trusting in the Lord, he will execute what needs to be done, that has to be done, concerning the purpose of humanity and the purpose of meeting you, that we can have life more abundantly, and we can have a closer relationship with our Creator, Jesus Christ. All right, that's the message. I hope you got it, the ultimate obedience, and I hope you learn to operate in the ultimate obedience. And that's the message. To God be the glory, him forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.